Don't get so caught up in the world that you forget about yourself. The world is a very, very loving, but also hatred-filled place. And more oftentimes, you can never really see the balance. So we lean to one side or the other. Either we like to just give love or we like to spew hatred. And we only try and balance it out when it's beneficial. Stop worrying about the world so much and worry about you as the individual. Because you as the individual are the makeup of the world. We as individuals are the makeup of the world. And if we're doing good on an individual basis, bad could never prevail. Bad could never actually rear its ugly head. But then again, we have to come to real terms with the things that is going on, right? And we all have a part to play simply because we care more about the ways of the world rather than the ways of ourselves. So we would rather check the world from doing some BS, but we wouldn't check ourselves. We would rather congratulate the world for doing something good, but we don't want to congratulate ourselves. You got to understand, nobody's bigger or smaller than anybody. It's what we give our attention to. And then we forget about ourselves because either we want to be in those predicaments or we hate that we're not in those predicaments. So therefore, our lives just get that much meaningless, or so we think. We're taking on everybody else's fight and we're forgetting about our own lives to fight for. So as individuals, we're always in a dramatic or trauma-filled or victimized state. Or we're in this love-filled, and I gotta say, just downright kooky placement, because we understand that, yes, love is the greatest thing, but everything won't be built off love. Some things will just be built off understanding. Some things will be built off respect. It is the love of the fellow man, love of the fellow woman. But more importantly, love of thyself, because everything is a representation of thyself. So if we're doing praising and loving ourselves the right way, we're going to do it to the next person. We're going to do it to society as a whole. But we forget about ourselves because we want to either be or live or be doing something else somebody else is doing. So we forget about our star player. Your star player is the only person you need to be in tune with. Why? Because once you're really in tune with your star player, everything around you will become a galaxy. It will be filled with nothing but boisterous stars. Because nobody light is dimmer than the next. We all got our time to shine. But the problem is, we don't want to give ourselves that understanding because we want everything now. We want to live vicariously through the next person. And we have to stop. We have to take a step back and say, look, we are everything that we desire. We are everything that we want to be. And if we want to be anything better, we're going to push ourselves to do that. We're going to do any and everything necessary to make sure that we're always going on the up and up. And if we ever have a misstep or make a mistake, then we're fine with that. We're going to learn and progress and try not to allow it to ever happen again. But life, it's going to do what it has to do. It's going to do what it must in order to get us to the placement that we need to be or want to be. But more important, how we do that is to actually be in tune with us and stop trying to be in tune with everybody's problems, everybody's situations, everybody's feelings. We can't do that. We have enough on our own plates. And if we really come together as individuals before we connect with anything else, we come together as families, whole families, before we connect with anything else, there is nothing that cannot or won't last. We have to truly get back in tune with us. We have to stop taking on any and everything and allowing any and everything because we understand who and what we are. But we also understand what we want and what we need. So, I'm asking you to get back in tune with you so that you can see the world for what it really is. So that you can understand what is going on around you in your presence, in your midst. Because the only way we're going to make the world a better place is if we're better individuals. We have to be better individuals, and that is mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, grandfathers, grandmothers, whatever on the spectrum. We just have to be good individuals and really do the necessary to make ourselves happy. Because we know if we're making ourselves truly happy, everybody around us is going to be happy. Because the people that are around are going to understand why you're happy. They understood the work that it took. They understood the determination and the wherewithal that it would have to withstand to even achieve or even get close to it. We have to get back to showing appreciation to ourselves before we show appreciation to any and everything else, because we must make it genuine and not just for show. So again, before you can love or do anything for somebody else, make sure that you're doing it for you first. Because if you lose yourself, you never know how long it'll take for you to find yourself again. And the world needs more better people. The world needs better people. We don't need more zombies. We don't need more anxiety. We don't need more people in depressed states. We need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves so we can actually take care of the world. So remember, you are an individual. You're worthy and you have a purpose. But it's only up to you to find it. And once you do, give yourself the gift first. That way the world can actually enjoy what it is that you offer or give. But make sure that you're the first person to receive it. Man, y'all have a good day though.